You ready?
So-
Here we go.
Yes.
Hey, listen, the main thing I want this podcast to be about, okay, is about us being friends, all right, and we fucking roll.
Okay, welcome.
America.
Welcome to the copyrighted song.
America is known for one reason for. I messed that up.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, you got to fix it. Unless that's
America
copyrighted.
is
Hold on, let me go see if we.
for a reason.
All
Yeah,
right.
let me refresh my
How's
page.
everybody doing?
So we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Superb.
I'm going to leave mine running in the background.
Yeah, you leave that running.
You know, one of these days you might actually have to start a live stream on your own, and I won't be there to help you.
No.
So
Who, me?
You better take notes.
It's all up here.
Because what happens if it's just you and Austin one night?
Yeah,
That's
like
not-
Austin's ever on here.
I'm just
A
saying,
good laugh.
it's Murphy's law. Anything that can happen will happen.
That's why Austin ain't on here.
Nah, I think that's chaos theory or something. I forget what it was.
Hey Josh, when you put it on YouTube, do you be putting on when I'm taking sips of water?
Well, right now you're live. Everything that you say cannot be chopped up.
I know.
No, yeah. So
On YouTube.
exactly. Yeah. Anything
Okay.
you say, yeah, is being broadcast live. But once we end the live stream, I can take out portions of the
No,
video.
I'm asking you, do you?
I mean, yeah.
I'm about to say because I really like I looked at it before. Never mind. I answered my own question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm of course like there's clips on YouTube of you drinking water. It's that alkaline
you
Fiji
just go-
water or something.
Right.
Yes,
Like Dimitri, like what?
that's
And edit the.
what I was explaining to you guys. Remember when I sent a
Oh.
message to you guys this week and I said, "Hey, I took out the name drop because right before Austin left, he name dropped somebody in his family,"
Yeah.
and I said, "I'm gonna cut this out," and so you can cut portions out of the video, and then it re-uploads it. So yeah.
Know that. I thought it just got saved and you're fucked.
No. Turn that off, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He always has it on the max.
I
He always has it on ringtone.
shit hurts my
Wow.
ears.
Do you have bad hearing or something, Rob? Look, now he's watching YouTube
Yeah.
shorts.
Nah, cause sometimes I do. Cause sometimes I forgot what it's called, but when I'm sitting here, like my ears will go beep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I can't think of the name of it.
That's from shooting a gun without ear protection.
Well, it just goes.
Or lighting off a penny stick too close to your face.
And then
And
it's like,
What,
and then
Rob? What is it?
stuff sounds muffled, huh?
What's the sound that?
Like beep. Yeah, that's what it. That's I don't know. It's like
Yeah, it's like you go deaf. You go deaf for a second, and it's just ringing in your ear.
yeah.
It happens to me every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. And then like after that, everything sounds kind of muffled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it fixes itself. I think it has something to do with like the way your eardrum is vibrating, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe the barometric pressure or something. But if you've had damage to your eardrum like that in the past,
Yeah,
it happens every once in a while.
yeah.
Yeah. My right ear is complete. It's horrible. Remember when I used to work at that that billing company? I ran that machine all day. I used to be over here like bow, 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 bow. When I was young and dumb, I was
like Waka Flocka.
basically
Bow,
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 bow.
Money up.
But yeah.
Now I can't re
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Like check this
So,
out.
Rob, you were talking about some fishing lures. Bring them back out and explain them.
Yeah.
No. Before he talks about the fishing lure. Check this out.
Okay.
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow,
He just released this track.
Squad Flocka.
I thought it was just looped, man.
What up, got it? North on the bottom. Flocka. What? Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, bow,
You got the
bow,
feminizers
bow, bow, bow. Ooh, get him, get him, get him, get him. Flocka Valley. What? What? Yeah. Flocka. Flocka.
All right, that's enough. What is what's Flocka Valley?
That's his nickname. Oh, that was the album.
Flocka Valley.
Flockavelli. He was trying to be like Machiavelli. Tupac.
Yeah, Machiavelli.
Machiavelli. That's the proper way to say it, right? Machiavelli.
Was that a Greek name? Okay, so
The 7 Day Theory.
There's so many remixes of that song on YouTube, man. They put that sample of him saying bow 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 and like a couple of his tracks onto the theme song of Thomas the Tank Engine.
You know what I'm saying,
I'm not even kidding you, man. I can send you the link if you guys want to watch it offline, but it might be copywritten. But yeah.
I need to hydrate before we get deeper into this, guys, okay?
Yeah. So did you want to go into the fishing lures first, Dimitri?
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah,
because he's drinking.
We did talk briefly about that
water
before we started. He's a vault full of knowledge to fishing.
Yeah,
and I want to hear that story about you fishing up there when that storm hit too, man.
No.
I got it. I'm only half white.
That was a wild day, man. That was wild.
You said I'm half white.
Did you catch any fish? Like, I got the fuck out of it. I'm only half white. Dimitri, like, I'm gonna stay fishing when the wind blows so hard the raindrops hurt when they hit you.
Yeah.
Apparently, Frederick, there was like hail, like there was like an inch thick. No, but tell us the story. Go ahead.
Well, it was around, what was it, 4:30. I got up to the pond around that time, and then I got there. It was a bunch of people around. I really don't want to say the pond. Well,
okay.
I've been Westminster, but yeah, I got there. I don't know why I said that. I got there, and then I cast out once, and then it started drizzling. I rolled it in, cast out another time, rolled it in, and still drizzling. The third time I cast out, all right, it started pouring. I'm like, all right, with some other people there, and when it started drilling, they left, and there was this older man. It was me that casting out, and then all of a sudden it started pouring. I'm like, all right, I'm walking back to the truck, and then the wind started blowing. So like, and there's like fountains in the pond, and the wind was blowing so hard that the fountains was going like sideways. You know what I mean? And then like it was blowing so hard, like the raindrops is hitting me, and it's like actually hurting, man. And I take all my stuff off. I open my truck door, and the wind just like blew it open. I'm like, oh my god, right? And I hopped in the truck, turned it on. Wipers like can't hardly see. It's raining so hard. I drove off and go off on the exit. Get there, like I'm right at the exit, and like it's like traffic is at a standstill, right? By the Royal Farms, and I'm like, yo, like, why is everybody sitting here? Like, it's raining so hard, it's gonna be an accident. I got up there by the Royal Farms. I see telephone poles on the right side just laying, like, like
Dang.
mad of them just laying in the cornfield. I'm driving more, and I look on the left side, and then on the left side, the the poles on there is like this, almost in the road, like almost sitting there, and the cars can't even get under them, and they getting in a lane going up to get around it. I'm like, oh my god, like why did I come out here? Because I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was. You know what I mean? Wrong.
That's
And then
Yeah, yo.
right, wrong.
I seen those pictures, man. There was like
Yeah,
every
At
place where
140.
there was everywhere where there was a telephone pole, they were
Mhm,
all knocked over, cracked up in the same direction, all in the
mhm.
street, man.
And like it happened, like w- like as I was getting off the, right, like probably 100 yards from the exit. That's when like stuff just went to a standstill, and like it's just pouring and pouring, and pouring. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yo.
I could have had a. Well, I ain't gonna be that dramatic, but could have had like a
Yeah.
electric pole on my truck.
Hey, man.
There was a bunch of
God's always
cars that
looking
got
out, man.
hit.
Hmm. God is good, man.
Nobody died. There was
Yeah, some people got hospitalized.
telephone poles. Yeah.
Yeah, some
Oh,
people,
Man.
dang.
a good amount got
Nobody had
hospitalized. I think,
nobody
right?
had issues with getting electrocuted or anything.
Mm-mm.
Dang, dude.
No.
Wow,
They-
that's
Like I was
incredible.
hitting back roads, right?
They usually
And there
shut
was
off.
trees down. It was trees that was on like the back roads, and then I hopped out
Yeah.
and was helping this man like move these branches. It's like he said, moving branches and people just backing up, not even trying to help him. You know what I mean? So I hopped
Dang,
out
man.
and was like pushing branches off so we could get by and everything. Like,
That's because you're the
what's wrong
realest.
with people, man? You know what I mean?
Why would they leave the comfort of their own vehicle, when it's raining and storming outside to go help another American citizen? Why would somebody do something like that?
So we all could get by instead of just I don't know, man. I hopped out and helped them. And then we went down further, and there was this big tree there, but in the road, and I wasn't even going to attempt it because it was poison ivy all over it, and I'm highly allergic to that, so I ain't want no parts of that. I'm like, hey, look, man, he was highly allergic to the hospital. I was like, we shouldn't be messing with that because it was like poison ivy vines
In
on
the
it, like that
hospital?
big, man. Like, huh? Yeah, he said he was in the hospital.
You could get hospitalized from poison ivy.
If
Yeah,
allergic to it, man, that's like,
yeah,
yeah,
man.
I
I've
didn't
heard
know
like
that.
I've
I
heard
thought you just
stories
had
of
like a
people who
rash.
they didn't
like
know
when
that
I
they
get it,
were.
I get big blisters all over me, man, and I gotta take
Mm.
steroids.
I heard a story about somebody who had was like mowing their lawn in their
Mhm.
backyard, and they had no idea that it was poison ivy. And I guess when they mowed over it, it was so humid that the fumes, like they breathed the fumes or whatever it is from the ivy, and they had like a issue with their lungs or something.
Yeah. If you burn it, you would have that, and that can mess you up too. The
Yeah,
smoke,
Yeah.
that's why we tried not to burn those like dead logs with like the fungus on it and stuff.
like
Like whenever
poison ivy,
we had
poison
fires.
ivy, poison sumac, and it's no joke. I'm sorry, I just cut you off. I said I wasn't gonna do this. Like it's
But
just,
yeah, it was a
I don't
crazy
know,
story.
it's just like us talking. You know what I mean?
I'm just glad that like people were safe, and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
because it's a different atmosphere up there in Westminster. It's
Mhm.
it's not it's not like how it is in Reisterstown, Owings
Mhm.
Mills.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
It hit
different. It's a
different.
different breed of people, you know,
Different. Right.
People are not.
Right.
because they got that like Pennsylvania is like reaching down into their souls from that close.
Yo, you know what I realized going out of Baltimore, even up in Maryland and southern parts, the people are like different. You know what I mean? Like Baltimore people, like I don't, I don't even know, man. Like
That's why I
it's
can't
just
wait
They're
for you
different.
guys to
assholes.
come to Texas.
Yeah,
I'll be there in
it's
5
just
years, Joshy.
it's just
Yeah,
different.
man. Good people, always looking out.
That southern
Well,
Yeah.
hospitality.
that's how around here. There,
Mhm.
when we first moved out here, the thing, the people was the first thing that we noticed how different it was. Because people were nice, like people say hi to you, just like grocery store. How you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like just
That's
common
how it should be, man.
courtesy. Yeah, our next door neighbor, like the day we moved in, she put a card in there, neighborhood, such and such.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
And like we avoid going to Owings Mills or Reisterstown. We go to our parents' houses and Costco, and that's it. And people are just like such ass. They hate their job. It's like,
A ton of people came up from the city to move into the county,
Yeah, because
no.
those
especially up there, man, in Owings
they
Mills,
put in those
Reisterstown, off of 795 and everything.
they put in them high income houses. No, because they demolished them in the row homes and put the high income houses in.
What in
Like they
Baltimore?
put it in,
Condominiums and like townhomes.
like the houses they put down there, people can't afford. That's why they're moving out.
No, I'm saying
Some
they
people
brought
like,
in
the government.
yeah, some people like they call it
Oh,
gentrification.
well,
yeah.
a lot of those homes in the city were like condemned buildings. They would
Yeah,
not meet.
dilapidated.
They would not meet the codes,
Mm-mm.
and so
Mhm.
basically the state was forced to do something about it. So they
Or
paid for people to go move to the county.
or
And
these
yeah,
hospitals buy them and knock them down and put in houses for doctors or apartments for doctors. You know what I mean?
yeah, just
Hmm.
like stuff that's close by the hospital. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's what they. Yeah, that's pretty typical.
which is smart.
Except for like there's some surgeons and stuff that live outside city limits.
Mhm.
They have like acres of land,
Hmm.
because they can afford it and stuff like that. I guess it just depends on what kind of surgeon they are, because if it's like they're not like on-call surgeons, like they don't
Hmm.
need to be like ER doctors or ER surgeons or like
Like
whatever.
specialty surgery, like plastic
Yeah,
surgery or something.
they can do. Yeah, they can afford to live further away. They don't need to
Hmm.
drive 30 minutes if it's a life and death situation, like a ICU patient.
Well, yeah, and a lot of those places have hotels also, though. like
What,
hotels on
VRs?
deck, like hospitals.
Yeah, I'm
For
pretty sure
doctors?
that like the hospitals have living quarters for like,
Yeah, they do.
doctors and nurses and stuff like
Hmm.
that, like or like people who are like still in college. You know what I mean? And they're studying at the hospital. They probably have like living areas for them, but
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
I was just saying for like the doctors, like for instance, let's say a plastic surgeon. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Hey,
Toaster. The
look who
We got a
it
special
toaster.
guest.
is!
Hola.
Nah, he's a reoccurring guest for the past 4 weeks.
And he got wife beater on too.
What did she do, Tony? What did she do?
She told me everything that was wrong with me,
Yeah.
and she was right.
Did you reciprocate?
So I apologized.
I don't need to
By
tell her
putting
everything
on
that's
this-
wrong with her.
That's how you end up
I
divorced.
see your hair. Your hair is in all sorts, Tony.
There's
Somebody-
a fan right there.
Somebody playing video games behind you?
Yeah.
Long
Do you
hair.
got a
That's,
5 o'clock? Tony got a 5 o'clock shadow. Josh does too.
A little bit. Let me fix
Nah.
my hair for you.
I have 2 o'clock shadow.
Oh,
because it's
there
not
we
as-
go. That
it's not
Clark
as
Kent part.
Rub it in. Tony's rubbing that.
sexy man. That's that sexy man product that he
Right.
bought from
Is that one of your kids
the
behind?
salon.
Is that one of your kids behind?
Yeah, that's my son.
That's
I
long
don't know.
hair.
I
Don't
can't
care.
see who that is. Oh, Beam.
Oh, I had no clue who that was by the back of his head at first.
Right.
I need
No, I
to
was
get me a
about to
green
say
screen.
because we're live. So
I need to get me one. This flag ain't big enough
why
Why don't you
turn
hang
it
it
Gets the job
horizontally?
because it won't be long enough. I gotta hang it from the sun through clips. Hey Tony, this is a flag Ben gave me. This is the one that used to be in the basement.
Nice.
Yeah, we took a picture in front of that one.
Mhm.
I remember that one. My face is like this.
We was
I remember
go ahead.
when No, go ahead, Josh. You can go ahead.
No, it was different subject.
Oh, I was gonna say when y'all was moving to Texas, Ben was packing up. I'm like, "Can I have that?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You sure?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I folded up for you." And he folded it up, and then I brought it home, and it was behind my bed, and I thought it would be appropriate to have it behind me doing this because
Well,
Nice,
yeah,
bro.
that's awesome, man.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your convo.
Oh, you
I hopped
good?
in with no warning.
No,
hey,
that's,
you need to get that little hair hanging, Tony. You
We
see
talked-
that
he's
little
got the
thing?
Superman curl.
Nah, dude, he's got the you're strange, dude.
Tony
He's
said,
got
"I'm loving the compliments."
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Go like
Tony
this.
about to do one of these.
I wake up in the morning, go like this, and my hair just. Yeah.
He opens up the time zone and turns his hair back in time.
Yeah. Oh, that would be dope. You would never have to get your hair cut again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we talked a little bit about the that storm that just passed through Westminster.
Mhm.
About after that, Robert.
That was about it.
After the thunderstorm
Yeah.
or the tornado.
Was it a tornado?
I don't know. It looked like a tornado.
I'm not sure
ripped
what it
through
was, but
Westminster, man.
I know the sky was a crazy color, and I know like right before or something like that happened, the sky's like a crazy color green or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you see the
Greenage.
Did you see the Mammatus?
The
Is
what?
that- It's like those clouds that look like titties hanging from the sky.
No.
I wish.
What?
What do they call
Apparently
it?
before
Cumulonimbus
tornadoes.
mammatus.
It
Yeah. Apparently, it's like a sign that like a bad storm or like a tornado is coming. Like when you see those clouds that look like breasts
Yeah.
hanging from
No.
the sky.
I just seen
I
it.
want to
This guy was like green,
Josh. Look it up.
All right,
right?
I will show you.
I want to see
Where are
titty
these
clouds.
breastises? Yeah,
Breastises.
breastises.
You'll
I
see
didn't
them
hear
and you'll be
that in
like,
so
"Oh, I
long.
definitely seen these before."
You said breastises. I didn't hear that in so long, Dimitri.
Breastises.
Mhm.
Yeah. Here you
Testicles.
go. Here, tickles.
You say chesticles?
Yes.
Testicles.
Fun bags.
Chesties.
Nah, I don't think I've seen that, but it was a crazy color.
That's what the clouds look like, man. And apparently
Mammatus.
that's like the telltale sign of like a bad storm is coming. Like a tornado.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't
That
be
one
real.
is.
It's real, dude. It's legit. Like this is what you see.
Never before.
Nah.
Well, we're in.
I remember. Well, just a bad storm. It could produce a vortex or a cyclone or whatever. But I remember just seeing maybe once or twice my whole time living in that area. I mean, because you gotta think like the Appalachian Mountains is so close to that area that tornadoes aren't that common, and I guess because of the jet stream, there's not as much
It-
of the tropical water that comes from south of the equator or whatever, or closer to the south of the U.S. So yeah, maybe once or twice there was a tornado that touched down. I guess the whole time that I lived in Maryland.
Yeah, it was one. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because one touched down
Yeah, that touchdown by St.
going
Thomas.
towards Pikesville.
Yeah, the St. Thomas Shopping Center.
We had hurricanes though.
Had plenty of hurricanes.
Yeah. I ain't got to worry about hurricanes in Texas, but y'all got to worry about tornadoes.
No, we do have to worry about hurricanes in Texas. We're right by the Gulf.
Yeah.
Remember Hurricane Katrina?
I stand corrected.
We weren't living here, but yeah.
Yeah.
Did it hit Texas
right.
like that?
Which hurricane was it? Hurricane.
There's a hurricane a couple years ago that hit. I had to go out and
Harvey,
yeah, Hurricane Harvey. I went to Houston.
2017.
The river overflowed. People didn't want to evacuate because they were like, "No, I lived here my whole life. Like, yeah, it's not that bad." And then when the water started coming up to their doorstep, they were like, "I think I should go."
Like Hurricane Katrina.
It wasn't that bad, but
There was Hurricane Harvey was 2017. There was Hurricane Laura in 2020.
Lord.
There's a couple of them from like early 2000s, but I mean 2007 Hurricane Humberto, but like a lot of them are like or Hurricane Hannah 2020, but the rest of them are like late 90s or 1990s, early 2000s. There wasn't like late stage or like late 2020s, 2010s hurricanes. But yeah, dude.
I thought they owned
there
the
was a bunch of
hurricanes' female names.
they switch every year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm
Dude, you remember that one year they ran out of names and they had to switch to Greek alphabet?
I do recall something like that.
Yeah, they had to
There's
switch to the
that
Greek
many
alphabet because
hurricanes?
they
God
ran out of
dang.
names. Yeah, well, 26 hurricanes, 26 letters of the alphabet.
Mhm.
And, after that, it's just like, well, what do we do? Well, alpha, beta.
Start.
Yeah. Gamma, delta, or delta, gamma, epsilon, all these Greek hurricane names. Theta.
Iota,
Yeah,
Kappa,
so-
Lambda, Delta.
Yeah, they start naming them after sororities and colleges.
Kappa Alpha Mega.
Yeah.
Lambda,
Kappa,
lambda,
Omega,
lambda.
Kappa. Yeah,
Lambda,
lambda.
lambda. That's what you said to me.
Yeah.
Lambda, Lambda, Lambda.
I guess you guys saw
Lambda cube.
the nerds.
hmm That was the best one.
Hilarious.
hmm
But after that, we talked about how people acted differently in that people are different, just like the further north you go in Maryland, people are more friendly, and we were talking about the people are friendly in Texas, and then you get closer towards the city and people are just like they just have a bad character. And we talked about how the state paid for people who to move out of these condemned townhomes and buildings downtown, and they paid for them to go move into these brand new homes, like low income housing up in the county.
Not brand new ones, but they built the high income ones in Baltimore City.
Yeah, so yeah, that's just what we were talking about before you jumped on.
Okay. Thank you for the briefing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to look at videos?
Yeah, we could do that. I saw a video of President Trump talking about how, like, yeah, man, they got me swamped with these charges. I have to cancel a bunch of my my tour to all these different states and counties for my for campaigning, because I'm going to be in these courtrooms fighting these cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's your
but
kid.
ironically,
We watched.
they're giving
That
him
was the main thing he
more
said.
coverage.
Yeah, I know, but
Yes, ironically.
are they going to debate? Because they weren't going to debate.
Do you think he's going to debate? I don't think it's going to happen.
Unless in the next year and a half they get another candidate, because even though Biden already released his they made a campaign video for 2024, I don't think he's gonna I really honestly don't think he's gonna last that long. So they're gonna swap him out with somebody else, and it's definitely not gonna be Kamala. It's probably gonna be like a younger most
dumb as a
likely
fucking brick.
black Democrat.
Well, I think RFK is going to run. Did he announce he was going to run yet? RFK Jr.
Okay.
Kennedy.
They don't want him to run. Yeah.
Who's
RFK.
Robert Kennedy?
Robert Kennedy Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
He had that hearing a couple weeks back. They were trying to say that he was like a racist or something, trying to besmirch him.
Yeah, he launched his campaign.
Okay.
He is running
Yeah.
in 2024.
And I guess they don't want him to run, so they tried to. They started early.
They smeared him. Well, he was on Joe
I gotta use the
Rogan,
bathroom.
and he was talking about vaccines and how like that's changed since autism has gone through the roof is how many like vaccination children get. It's like 72 shots by the age of like 8 or some shit like that. And that's very controversial to say. And then he was also saying he talked about a bunch of stuff on there. He also talked about how trying to smear him, and yeah, I didn't think they were calling him a rape. It's like that's like the number one thing. It's like to get somebody's like, oh, he's racist. So it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, but the thing is now they throw around that word so much that I think it's lost its weight. You know,
Yeah.
like
You're
15
racist
years
for saying
ago,
that.
if you were to call somebody out for racism, like, and you had like factual proof, then it'd be a pretty big thing. But now it's like, anytime you don't like something about somebody, you're just like, oh, they're a racist. That's racist.
Or a misogynist. Agony. How dare you want women to be women, men?
Mm-mm-mm.
It's gotten very quiet, fellas.
Yeah.
We were supposed to look at videos, but
What video were we
Yeah.
supposed to watch?
a gang of them.
What was that body cam footage that you sent, Tony?
So I watched the video on police activity.
Uh-huh.
They were serving. They found that this individual had a warrant for his arrest, so the officers went to arrest him. And then, as they brought him to the front of the complex where the parking lot was, this other individual comes over and he starts getting like belligerent, and basically, like, they said he was interfering with the arrest because he was getting in between the police trying to arrest him. Starts cussing him out and whatnot. And then he lifts up his shirt and you see he has a gun. So then basically the officer's focus goes on this guy, and he starts cussing him out, goes further off into the parking lot, and then he raises his gun at him, and that's when they engage him, and I think he ended up dying in the hospital. But the news report was from the family, and they were pretty much outraged because the police didn't do more to de-escalate the situation. And I don't think if you're pointing a gun at a police officer, there's not much more you can do to de-escalate after that, except for eliminating the threat. So
Gun at somebody that's assault with a weapon.
Well, yeah, brandishing.
it's like maybe don't point a gun at a police officer. It doesn't
Or
end
don't
well.
point a gun at unless you're getting, you know what I mean?
Put the gun away. Put it away.
Sir. Escalate this situation. Can you please put the gun away?
I'm trying to go home to my.
Gun is not drawn. I have my hands up. Shoot.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine how that would go if the police had like, what are they called? Rules of engagement, where they had to wait till they got shot at in order to shoot back.
That'd be
Wouldn't
crazy.
end well in a lot of situations. But basically, that's what these people were advocating. Like, what did you want him to shoot someone first before like you shot back at him? Like, did you want him to wait?
A Jew?
A Jew?
No.
No, a Jew, like a Jewish person.
Mhm.
Or did you say would you?
I thought I said, would you?
Oh,
Would
okay.
I
you
thought you
wait?
said Jew.
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, if like, I think they're like trained to know the signs. Like if somebody is concealed carrying, you know what I mean. But then again, the technology and stuff, and the carriers they have, the holsters, to make it look like you're definitely not carrying. You know what I
Well, they
mean?
knew he had it because he lifted his shirt up, and they said, "Oh, he's got a gun." And then he walked back into the parking lot, kept running his mouth, and then that's when he took his gun out and pointed at him. And they actually waited for him to get the weapon in the air and point it, instead of when he reached down to grab it, which normally that's the point that I guess
Dude,
unless
start
they're running.
shooting.
But
flashing a
Yeah.
gun is hostile, and it shows that that's what it shows off top. So they should have disarmed him as soon as they saw that weapon. What's the video called?
that's in the chat. But let me see if I can find it.
because
What you mean by disarm them?
as soon as they saw, like, normally when you see somebody flash a weapon, they're trying to say like, don't mess with me, I'm armed and I will, use my weapon if I have to. So
And you
if
pop
you're a
them.
police officer, you know what I mean, the moment they see weapons, their trainings, it should immediately click in their head like, hey, I need to prevent this civilian. Obviously, we were called here to take care of or whatever, and disarm them, because they've obviously shown that they will use their firearm, if they feel threatened or whatever. They could.
I dropped the link in the chat.
All right, cool. I'll pull it up real quick. All right, here we go. Man gets shot by a police officer after trying to interfere in an arrest and pointing gun at officers.
So if you point a gun, it's assault. A gun, it's a class misdemeanor. That's what Google's.
Misdemeanor. Oh, it's a
a
Missy Elliott.
misdemeanor. All I gotta say about that.
All right, Forrest. It sounded like he said as soon as the cop walked up with his body cam on, he's like, "Hey, yo, delete that." He's got his Gucci belt undone.
Yeah, this is what led to them being in the parking lot. They're just serving a warrant for this guy.
Oh,
He's got an active warrant, and they're going to try to arrest him.
Should I skip ahead?
Yeah, the altercation occurs when they get out to the parking lot. You can put around, back it up. That's way too far. Right around that area.
Fucking like that. Man. I know, bro. Come on now, bro.
That resisting shit.
Don't call my
You know they're gonna do that resisting shit.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going back to the 9, bro. They walked on me. What's you doing? They was just chilling. Hey, sis, and plus, hey, baby, I don't got my finger too. So it's good. You hear me? But how is like?
Is that?
No, I think it was just his friends that he was hanging out with.
My other phone. Damn, bro. So did y'all search me or what?
Did y'all search me or what?
That got me fucking cool. And plus my fucking left shoulder, bro. I could pop this shit out of socket easy, bro. Cool, nigga.
I could pop this out of socket easy, brother. Dang, man.
Just roll and start saying the M word.
Dude, they dropped so many N-bombs already. I'm gonna have to edit all of it out.
Who's the dude that has the gun?
He's gonna show up here. He's gonna start running his mouth. Yeah, you might just have to bump it ahead. I only watched this once.
I said so, nigga.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, that guy.
Come on now, tell them, big bro. I ain't doing shit, nigga.
Fuck y'all doing in my neighborhood? Ain't got no warrant. Ain't no fucking police, nigga. Ain't no police, bitch ass nigga.
It's okay. Don't this nigga, huh?
Ain't no fucking police, nigga. I said so, the fucking royal. Now tell me something, nigga. I need to do what? I need to do what? I'm coughing right now. I'm coughing right now. Do what? I'm coughing right now. I'm coughing right now. With my mama's soul, I'm coughing right now. I'm coughing right now. I said I'm coughing right now. My mama's soul. I'm coughing right now. Hold him up, nigga. I wish somebody would roll up once right What you mean, nigga? He ain't going nowhere. You really want to start me? You want to start? I'm not worried about the women. You want to start me, nigga? You want to start me, nigga? Fuck you up out here, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. I cuff that nigga right now, nigga. I cuff him. I cuff him.
Why is he yelling like that? I don't understand.
I cuff you right now.
That's the people on the. I guess that's the people like. Maybe that's his like subordinates in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the people he oversees, maybe, or that's like his kids or nephews or something or family. Like, or,
Got you.
yeah, exactly. That's his homies. Yeah. And look, this woman is standing in between him and the cops, dude.
Yeah, they tell her to move out of the way. She's like acting like she's oblivious.
Dang, dude.
They got an Amazon hoodie on.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get
your hands up! They got a Magpul mag
Hey, yo, do you know
and a
what,
Magpul strap on it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
do you know what state and city this was in?
The link that's after that, I think it says what city it's in.
Okay.
Now shoot!
That AR mag pulled out, man.
Hands up, bro! Shoot! Charlie 11 Adam 1 at gunpoint, not responding to commands. Get your hands up, bro! Shoot! Hands up, bro!
Bro, I've seen videos where cops shoot people for a lot less than this.
Right?
I know this is crazy.
Get your hands up, bro! Shoot you in the head! Hands up, bro! Shoot you in the head! Hands up! Get your hands up! Drop your hands up, bro! Shoot you in the head! Get out! Get down!
He said, please put your hands up.
Get down!
I mean, unless they really want to kill somebody that day, which they usually don't.
Get down!
Damn, he got that
Put your
AR
hands
on.
up and get on the ground! Put your hands up and get on the ground!
Damn, man.
It sounds like he ain't want to do that.
Charlie 11
He got a surefire light on that.
You gotta understand, man. Dude, he dropped instantly. Look at the video on the right. Look at the aerial footage.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, because them rounds going to hokey pokey in his chest.
Put it out.
And it's not like these police officers don't have a heart, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got to deal with these.
You
kind of
hear him
people.
say "fuck."
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Shoot
man.
him.
I'm sure that has some kind of like psychological damage. You know what I mean? Either injuring somebody like that or taking another person's life. You know what I mean? And just the adrenaline.
It looked like he was gone when he hit the ground. You see his arms?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the way he fell, man. It's like
Before he hit the
passed
ground,
out.
he was done.
Look at his
This
legs.
was in San Francisco.
They hit him good.
Yep.
Cisco.
Yep.
All that.
I wonder how this guy got that gun.
It's like he got one as soon as they pointed the gun. He pointed the gun. He maybe got one round off, and then those three officers unloaded on him. Actually, you know, surprisingly, I only heard like 5, maybe 6 rounds from those 3 cops.
I don't think he shot. I don't think he had a chance.
Who, the
Yeah.
AR?
Oh,
No.
really? There was 2 officers with handguns on the driver's side of that patrol vehicle.
I mean, the suspect. I don't think he got a round off.
Oh,
okay. I thought I saw a muzzle flash. That's maybe it was the glare from the sun because he had like a silver handgun or something.
So I said, because you hear that crack, so that's a high velocity round, and that's not that.
But bro, as soon as his arm becomes like completely horizontal, he tips over, man. I mean, he probably, like he said, he's like, if you don't, follow our commands, I'm gonna shoot you straight in the head. Immediately, his legs just give way.
God dang, man.
Man,
Charlie 11 out. Somebody put it out.
Yeah, but
To me-
the second link that I put up in the chat. Sorry, go ahead.
No, to me it looks like
Suicide by cop. Like,
that dude wanted to die and was just escalating a situation like as much as he could to try to get shot. And then like he was like, well, they're shooting me. Brandish the gun. You know what I mean? And then it's
Yeah.
like, well, now I got to pull it, and because that's just weird to pull out a gun and point.
I mean, unless you're trying to shoot him,
That's fine. I mean, that's not fine, but you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah.
Wanted to die. Like, that was suicide by cop. You know?
Maybe he was just
thought
fed
they
up
would
with
be
cops,
scared to
man.
kill him.
He was probably in the game for a while, man. I mean, he was a little bit older than the people who were being questioned and detained.
He was
I could
41.
tell in his,
He was
like he
what?
was a little bit more seasoned than them, and because he came
41.
out with, 41, and he probably had some more rank than these guys that were being detained.
What was a painless death?
No, it was
Dude,
quick, that's for sure.
Instantly died.
The
Like
the
that,
second,
like
Yeah, I
that
pulled up
Nazi.
the link.
You remember that Nazi that got popped, man?
No.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say the second link is the commentary. I think what's the Black Conservative channel? I think that's what his
Yeah.
channel is. Black Conservative Perspective. But yeah, that's the news I guess segment
The
on
local
the shooting.
news.
Yeah, and obviously it paints a different picture than what you saw in the video, the actual live footage.
It was Bayview. I was looking out my window. I seen him shot him. I was in my window.
This neighbor tells me she's traumatized by the police shooting.
They was police. I take care of myself before they take care of me.
Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon on July 26th, police say Bluford approached and engaged officers while they were arresting a man. Investigators say Bluford was armed with what appeared to be a gun. They say he pointed it at officers, and that's when police opened fire. Bluford was hit by gunfire and taken to the hospital where he died. Police released body cam video Friday during a virtual meeting regarding this incident.
We do not condone violence. We are a peaceful family. Unfortunately, the circumstances did happen. But as you know, the police make mistakes as well, and so do human beings.
Relatives at the community gathering Friday night say they have not seen the police body cam footage. They tell me Bluford had been struggling with the loss of his mother to cancer last year. Family members say they'd like to see police use tactics other than deadly force.
I really want to learn what de-escalation strategies they employed. Out of all of those police officers, I wish one of them would have just took.
Hey, there you go, Dimitri. There's your tuck option. There's your tuck option for the night.
Time to say, hey, let's talk.
I ain't worried about nobody knocking on my doors, shooting gunshots, and all. I'm tired.
Relatives tell me Bluford left behind 4 children ages 3 to 20. They say authorities have not yet released his
Dang, man. She said 3 children?
body.
Hold on a second. So
Gunshots.
4. So that dude had 4 children, and he's acting like that.
Damn, man.
Ages 3 to 20.
Just sucks, dude. Like, he left behind kids that probably needed their father,
every kid needs their father, bro.
But the simple fact that a
Well,
grown
I didn't,
man
they're
children.
I was just saying because there's maybe there's other like not father figures, but like adult males in their lives, maybe that help to coach them and guide them in the fatherly mannerhood, or whatever manner.
I
But
mean,
yeah, either way, it still sucks, that they lost their biological father.
dude, if you have kids, like I understand if he and beat up by the cops for no reason, at least
was for no reason.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And then he started acting like that, and was trying to defend his children.
Different.
But this dude,
yeah,
I don't know if that was one of his kids or that are in that situation. He was he was having a hard time from losing his mother. That's what I mean. Like to me, it looked like that dude that day, and it was like, this is like the best way to do it. I don't.
You put it a very good way, and yeah, you put it a very good way. Last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago, when we talked about like children and fatherhood and all that stuff, having your first child, you reach the realization that's like, okay, I cannot die. I can't die because now I'm like responsible for this living human being, and it's a product of not only God but my creation. Like, you know what I mean? And
Sucks.
so to reach that point where you get into an altercation with the police, and he had to have known, where did you say, San Francisco? Like how the police were going to react in California. You know what I mean? Like knowing that they weren't going to pull their punches, you know what I mean, so to speak, pull their bullets or what, but yeah, dude, like who knows what he had his hands and feet dipped into, like what kind of world he was living in. Yeah, it is, man. And I wonder if
I want to know
what
who
the mother was.
Tactic they were trying to use.
Those are the
Please don't shoot me. Please don't.
Well, let's just watch like maybe another minute of this and just see what else they say.
Okay.
In San Francisco, Amber Lee, KTVU.
Oh, this is the guy's YouTube channel. Never mind. It's not like news footage. Okay. But yeah, yo, dude, that was wild, man.
That was crazy.
Because
in the movies, when people get shot, they always make them go flying or something like that, and then like in real life, they
They
get hit with a 9 and they go flying.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have took those shots though, man. Like some people can get shot 30 times and be good. Some people can get shot once and be done.
Be like Fiddy. Be like Fiddy, get shot 9 times and be a successful rapper and actor.
Because he,
Still got shot 9 times.
It doesn't
through the face.
Time you get shot, it depends on where you get hit.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep. Here's
one video you sent Tony about that firearm instructor. When he was talking about the cute gun, it was like that pink gun.
Oh yeah.
And then that was you.
That was me,
Rob.
Yes.
Well, on TikTok, that's how.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait, that was
anyway,
me, right? Yeah. Right, Tony?
Okay.
I don't know. She sent it to me, and I saw it. I'm not saying you didn't see it, but it's probably the same video.
Well, in that we're talking about, the fire instructor was saying, it's like, you got that range pop, and then he does not go down, and you're like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the difference between shot and hit and down, and then I forgot the last one.
Down and dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, down and dead. Yeah.
So it's like when you're in a life or death situation, it's a fight or flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you never know, man.
Yeah, man, and that's why we stress so much about the muscle memory,
Mm-hmm.
the training, the drawing your if you're open carrying or concealed carrying and practicing those drills of uh, you know drawing your weapon from your holster and
Mm-hmm.
or whether or not you have a round in the chamber
Mm-hmm.
or you have like a Glock or you have to switch a safety or just different things like that and getting comfortable with the firearm that you're using.
Like
Um,
humans can take a lot of abuse.
dude, our bodies are like so resilient, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yet
crazy,
so
man.
fragile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said,
fragile. Yeah,
it depends on where you get hit, man. It's not how many times you get hit; it's where you get hit.
yeah. We are definitely. It is a
Waka
gift from
flocka.
God. Every breath we have is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You
I
never know when
saw
it's your last day.
I saw a video where these people. It was a video of these people driving. They're Russian, and it was uh, uh, dash cam footage, and they're driving on the highway, and there's like a construction vehicle, like a deuce and a half kind of vehicle, and one of the bricks or a couple bricks fly out of the truck. And the brick immediately bounces off the street. They're on the highway. They're driving 60 to 80,
Mm.
whatever. The brick flies out, bounces off the highway, and pierces straight through the windshield, hits the passenger, the woman driving, and it's a mother of these people that are in the car, and her husband's in there, and her children are in the car, and it strikes her head and kills her instantly. And they pull over, and they're just like immediately they just break down and start crying and stuff. And the point of it was like, yeah, you never know when God could call you home, or
Mm-hmm.
when your life could end. So
Did I ever tell you about me driving on 695 and then the flatbed had cinder blocks on it and then they came off?
no.
And then I
No.
see
That's
a
crazy.
car. I see a car on one side, and then like it in the hood, you can see where a cinder block came off and hit them, and then down the street, most the truck looking at the cinder blocks, like, and the cinder blocks all in the road because he ain't had them bitches strapped on properly,
That's a lawsuit and a half.
right? But thank God nobody didn't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, cinder blocks, man.
Like you see them all in the road, and then when he was pulling off, you see them all. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my
Wait,
God,
they
I had
didn't
to
recover
dodge
the
him,
cinder blocks. They fled the area.
huh?
They just kept driving. They didn't recover the cinder blocks or anything.
Nah, not really, cause they were all broke up, man.
Oh, so they just left them in the highway and drove. Just kept
Nah,
driving.
they was that the flatbed was on the side of the road, and then you see a car on the other side. It was like a black
Oh,
Mercedes SUV,
okay. So
and then
they
like
did
you see
stop.
the hood, and you see the windshield, and the windshield is done. You know what I mean? And you see on the
Yeah,
hood, where like it was just a bad situation, man.
yeah. It was just tore up.
hmm
Yeah,
And
man.
and that cinder block could have went in the driver's side. I think it was only one person in it. You know what I mean? But it went like yeah, it was crazy, man. Like God was looking out for him, man.
All day.
I think so, even if they don't think so, man.
Yeah, man.
God is good, man.
Yeah, you just never know, man. It's
Yeah,
there
man.
is just different things that happen. I wanted to show this video real quick. I mean, I'm sure you guys are all gonna agree, but we Dimitri and I watched this video Wednesday night, but because we were still working on like the stuff with Riverside, it wasn't broadcasted live. So I want to just show this video real quick, and like I said, I'm sure you guys are gonna agree. But take a look at this video. It's a self-defense firearm usage video, and it's basically asking, was this lawful or deadly?
Oh
You see
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Oh, I think I sent it to
Absolutely.
you. I sent it
Absolutely, it
to
was
you.
lawful. Like, how is it not?
Yeah. And Dimitri and I were like saying, like,
It was a
dude,
woman too. Damn, she
like,
was thick. But
yeah,
yeah,
number
I
one,
seen
it
this.
was a woman, and number two,
Yeah.
there's 3 dudes. I'm not sure if the dude in the back, all the way to the right or whatever, in the black hoodie was armed. I mean, most likely, but the crazy part is 2 dudes are on both sides, or you have two people, passenger and driver side, both pointing guns at your vehicle, at you. And then she starts shooting, you know what I mean? And then the crazy part is she hops out the vehicle. Like she hops out to go like see where these people ran, you know what I mean? And it looks like she's about to leave her home.
Yeah,
'Cause she
but you
was
don't know who was in that van. You know what I mean? It could be her kids.
Yeah, she could have. Yeah, there could have probably been other people.
It looked like she was ready to get down for him. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I wonder where, like, do you think this was like somebody who owned the property, like that kind of video camera, or was it like a street light camera or whatever, like paid for by the
It don't look like
Oh,
it was.
traffic cam?
yeah,
Yeah, it looked like
it's
it
like a
wasn't.
private one.
Like a home
Oh, okay.
security
Yeah.
cam.
It was on a light pole or something.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah,
look
they-
at that, man.
She didn't hesitate, man.
There's a lot
You
of people
noticed that?
that have
The ring cameras, and they're
She think it-
kind of like the young kids break cameras, except that
Yeah.
you know are only good like when you're close.
Mhm.
So, but you know,
I
because they're
heard you could
always
set the
recording.
range. I heard you could set the range of the infrared detector. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like how what's do you know what the furthest distance is?
I don't know, but I know you can limit it because you know, if like you have vehicles going by, you're constantly going to get alerted. So you
Like
can
they were
lower it.
so hard until the shots started going off, man.
Well, you just found out what they were about.
So what would that be, like 50 feet, like to the street or something?
I think
Maybe.
50. Maybe 50, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a very interesting video. And you know, after she shoots the video, there is a cut in the video, so maybe she shot a couple more times, but
Mhm.
maybe she shot through her windshield or her the window, because I don't know if her
She
windows.
did. I don't think they
think I-
shot at her.
I can see the reflection.
Yeah, I know.
Like when she opens the door, you can see the reflection on the window. So maybe her windows were
Yeah.
already down. I don't know. Yeah, that was a.
No, the windows was up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean up. Yeah, her windows were up, so because you could see the reflection from the street lights and all that. So
Yeah, I don't
she
know how
probably
that's debatable.
didn't shoot through her windows.
Well,
But
she
yeah.
probably had, it looked like she had tents on them, so they probably held together.
Yeah, like when they shatter, there's like a film that holds the fragments together.
Yeah, it looked like she had
to prevent like when there's accidents, like glass going into your face.
no,
or your
no,
body.
not that shit. No, because they still break it. It seemed like she had like tents, like when you don't get them when you buy the truck or whatever, or when you buy a car, you get them. What are they called?
Stock?
Galvanized.
No, not they weren't stock. They were
But they were
galvanized.
tempered, right?
Custom.
Like tempered windows.
Yeah, but it looked like they had that film on it. That's why
They
it
didn't
held
look
together.
But they didn't look like they were shattered either, because the
Yeah, because
reflection is clear.
aftermarket. It had aftermarket temp.
Oh, okay.
It had aftermarket tents on it.
Yeah. That one video was very interesting that you sent, Rob, about how there are uh, U.S. citizens, U.S. military veterans, especially from World War II, that don't want to buy or procure World War II German weapons.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? There was like videos on how like German engineering is such like they like the way they crafted like they or still to this day the way they craft their you know products is very intuitive, and
Mhm.
there were veterans and U.S. citizens that didn't want to buy World War II German style weapons because these were the same weapons that were used to kill U.S. citizens and stuff. But
Mhm.
and then there was another population of World War II veterans that bought them anyway because they could appreciate the craftsmanship that went into these weapons and stuff. So that was a very interesting point, and I only brought that up because August 11th, 1943, is or today is German forces begin a 6-day evacuation from the Italian island of Sicily, having been beaten back by the Allies who invaded the island in July. So they invade in July, and then by the time August rolls around, the Germans are being kicked out of Sicily immediately.
Unbutton that button.
Yeah, right. Let's just unbutton this button. Um, there's another video: major city police departments disarming Americans to arm foreign country. Jeremy's razor. Did you guys see that?
Mm-mm.
It was the one Rob sent to the WhatsApp. Um, I'll pull it up. There's a couple other videos about the dude who outdoes everyone and identifies as trans everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
That
that
was
video.
funny.
Yeah, yo, that one's been circulating. He was like, "Yeah, I identify as I'm always late to work, but I identify as somebody who shows up to work on time."
Mhm.
What do they call it?
He identified as
Time
black
blind?
too.
Translate.
Time blindness?
There was a
I'll be
dude
right
that
back,
went
okay?
to a bank and was saying he wanted to withdraw $50,000, and he said he identified as being a bill. And then the lady
Yeah.
opened up his account, and she was like, "I don't have enough." He was like, "No, I identify like there's $1 billion in there." She's like, "That's not how this works."
What bank was it?
I'm not sure. It was I mean, it could have been like a whole skit. It looked like it was
Was
being
it like a?
like
I was wondering
yeah,
because like, was it like a regular consumer bank, like a middle class American bank, or was it like a multi-million dollar, or a billionaire type bank? You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, I
fancy
don't
bank.
know. It could have been the whole video could have been fake, but it looked like he had like a hidden camera on him, and then one of his like friends was like videotaping the whole thing. You know, I mean, it is the internet, so uh, anything is possible. Do you guys know
I don't know if
any
you guys
AI
read that.
websites?
Yeah, I know. I actually, I recently just saved a video on my YouTube that shows a bunch of decent websites that we might be able to, benefit off
What?
of. Yeah, we can
What
unbutton
is it?
those websites. Let me pull them up real quick for you because there's a. It's like if you scroll through like the YouTube shorts and stuff, and you'll see those videos like websites, top 10 websites that should be illegal. You know what I mean? And I found one that was, where is it? There, it's like basically pretty much all for automation. Oh, this one's good too. Let me pull that one up. Let's see. Oh, that one's good too. We can watch that. I save a bunch of videos through the week and then we never end up watching them. But let's see here. Come on, man.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm sleeping this day.
All right,
All
man.
right, Broham. Love you, bro.
Love you.
Have a good night. God bless you guys.
God
You
bless
too,
you too.
man.
Okay, bye.
I'm not far behind you. Love you.
Okay, love you, bye.
But
Hey, Baltimore. Nice one. But yeah, so I'll when I find the video, I'll send it to our group chat. But I have here's a quick video I can just play real quick. I don't know where Yo ran off somewhere.
I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe. They even have a statement. We have to give 10% to the big man. You're the big man, I think. Your son said we have to give 10% to the big man. Joe, what's that all about?
Was anything about those relationships inappropriate or
Nothing was unethical. Here's what it is. I did my job impeccably. Not one single solitary thing was out of line.
I hear they paid him $183,000 a month. Listen to this. And they gave him a $3 million upfront payment.
all right?
It's terrible.
Yes, I'm
It's
still on
terrible.
there. Don't you see it?
It's terrible, dude. And then
Nah,
this is
that was just Dimitri.
video.
All
I
right.
overestimated
Pick you up after it,
the
okay?
intelligence of America.
Dimitri, like,
Economic reports are rolling in, and they're not amazing for Joe Biden. So the jobs numbers have started to dip. Plus, you're starting to see earnings reports come in from America's major companies that don't look particularly good. All this means that Joe Biden is very, very vulnerable in the 2024 election. If Republicans run somebody who runs against Joe Biden, well, this is the problem for Donald Trump. Yes, he's been hit with 1,000 cases at this point. That is necessarily going to take up an inordinate amount of his time, his effort, and his money, which means he's likely going to be running this election against the DOJ, not against Joe Biden. Is that a recipe for victory?
A couple of tablespoons of oyster sauce.
Don't see a lot of poll data that it is at this point. Meanwhile, apparently the Barbie movie has now surpassed $1 billion in actual grosses, which is more than I thought it would do. I thought it would have a major drop-off week too, but again, I overestimated the intelligence and taste of the American public. Always a mistake. It turns out that people really, really like bad movies sometimes, especially if they come wrapped in pink.
Did you didn't see the Barbie movie, right, Tony?
No, I mean, we're not
Okay.
going to show our kids either.
Yeah. And here's the one of the last videos I'll show. Very quick.
Dimitri
And then
left.
we can move on. Yeah, Dimitri, you called it a night. All right.
Your favorite Kamala Harris quote.
I don't have one.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do you have a favorite Kamala Harris accomplishment?
Kamala Harris accomplishment. You know what? If I would have known of one, then I would have thought of one.
I just love the idea of exploring the unknown.
What is your favorite Kamala Harris accomplishment?
Favorite?
Trigonometry.
I'm not sure.
That's okay.
She wasn't.
What's your favorite Kamala Harris accomplishment? Favorite? Come on,
He had a
she's my
1911 shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got 9. That's probably exactly why he asked that dude.
president. Sir, please. The children need to know.
Rewind it real quick.
Yeah, this guy is good, man. I like
So I
this
can
guy.
see your shirt.
Huh?
I wanted to see your shirt. I didn't see your shirt.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go back. That guy looks like Steve Harvey. Got the Steve Harvey handlebar mustache.
Harris accomplishment.
Look, he's got Kappa Alpha Phi fraternity. We just talked about that. Kappa
Right.
Alpha Phi.
Favorite?
Oh.
Come on, she's vice president. Sir,
My favorite Kamala
Sir,
Harris quote
please.
is
the children need to know.
it's something like, "It's time to do what we have to do, and that time is every day."
So what do we have to do?
I don't know. That's kind of what she said. I mean, that's probably I mean, the paraphrase is basically just exactly what you said.
Was it the passage of time?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see it. Maybe this is the one.
Meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
The significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in store cannot be known. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Obesity is a serious disease, and it needs to be taken seriously.
Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly, we're not.
No, that's right. And that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
Words.
Dumb bitch. That's dumb bitch.
I just love how it's Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld. I just love that, man. Elaine, with the kicking in the thumbs. What's her name? Elaine or Julia Louise Dreyfus. Kicking in the thumbs, dude. Good old Seinfeld, man. So let me see. Maybe this is.
What do you think was better, Seinfeld or Friends?
Well, they're two different eras, so to speak.
I know, but I'm just saying, which one do you think was better?
I like Seinfeld a little bit more, just a tad bit more than Friends.
I don't know. Friends
is funny. I like it. It's like
I like the young Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I mean, of course, who doesn't? Jennifer Aniston.
She was.
Jennifer Aniston doesn't age.
I know, right? Neither does Pharrell from Neptunes.
Yeah. This hold on, wait.
Yes, she seems totally out of depth in almost every other issue, especially when she had to ad lib and talk from the heart or extemporaneously about the issue she should have thoroughly digested. This on the heels of news that she lost her 10th staffer who thought there's got to be something better for me to do.
Yeah, the 10th staffer quit Kamala's office. She's the latest to resign.
Dang, dude, all of her staff is quitting.
She was her
about two
speech.
Oh,
here we go.
See if you can follow this logic.
Yo said, tell me if you can follow this logic.
Of the passage of time. See if you can follow this logic.
Go to that link. It's around the 25-second mark. That's what I was talking
The
about.
one you just sent?
Yeah, it's about the 25-second mark.
Okay.
I think she's talking about the COVID response. But yeah, that's what she says about it's time to do what we have to do, and that time is every day.
Was that back in 2020?
I don't know. I have no idea when that interview was. Let's see.
Here we go. I'm sharing the screen now.
wrote that open letter urging the administration to change course, to change strategy. Is it time?
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day, it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down.
She continued on, but it didn't really seem, we didn't know where she was going at that point. Let's maybe someone else
It's time
did.
for us
It
to
did
do
remind
what
me
we have
something.
been doing. And that time is every day.
The time is now for us to do what we've been doing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I
That
heard.
time is every day.
Dude, I heard there was indictments against Dr. Fauci coming up.
Not really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because of the
man.
lie. I see some pale legs behind you, man.
I just heard about that. Let's see. Rand Paul sends official criminal referral on Anthony Fauci. Oh, and that was here we go. Let me look for 2023. Here we go. ENC investigation reveals key NIH officials, including Dr. Fauci, likely served unlawfully. There was and that's something to do with I don't know if you guys were familiar with that the what was it called, a gain of function? You guys know
Yeah,
what that
gain of
is?
function research.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You can tell them what it is, Tony.
I think the gain of function research has to do with basically
You don't know?
no, I don't know exactly, but I think it has to do with like taking basically a virus or something and like making it like more lethal.
Yeah, so pretty much the CDC was engaging in research that you know how the conspiracy is that the virus came from a lab in Wuhan. Okay, so yeah, basically what they were trying to do is, you know how they say that the COVID-19, they say that it was a manufactured virus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
Mhm.
saying that's what some
Yeah, of course,
news. Yeah, I'm just saying that's what some people say. But
Mhm.
basically, the gain of function was that let's develop a virus that is likely to appear within the next 5 to 10, maybe 15, 20 years, and then create a virus or create a vaccine to combat that virus. And so they
Mhm.
would basically develop new viruses and then create vaccines for it and stuff like that. And they're saying that Dr. Fauci, had his hand dipped, up to the elbow in that research, even though he denied that on national television. But I'm not 100% sure. Everything about it is just so, like, so very, smoke and mirrors.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah, very wishy-washy. But yeah, he was, this says here, July 10, 2023, that Dr. Anthony Fauci were not properly reappointed to their positions in December 2021 as required, along with Subcommittee on Health Chair Brett Guthrie, Republican from Kentucky, and Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations Chair Morgan Griffith, Republican from Virginia, began their investigation in March of 2022 and revealed their findings publicly in a letter to Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, which was covered exclusively on CBS. And so they're basically investigating him, and possibly there'll be an indictment, but I have no idea. I don't really like talking about the COVID stuff because that is, even to this day, is still taboo for YouTube.
Then he will possibly beat it.
His
Kofifi.
last time we talked about COVID was last autumn, and that video was taken down from YouTube. So yeah, the Kofi.
Talking real shit.
Good old Kofi.
Mm-hmm. That's
Rob.
what.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead, Josh.
No, it was about one of the videos you posted to the WhatsApp chat.
I was just going to say that's what happened when you talk the real stuff, man. You should feel honored. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's a video that Rob posted to WhatsApp that we can take a look at real quick. You guys can give your thoughts on it. It's right here. Sorry about the volume. I can't control YouTube short volume, if there is any. Okay, so you see the guy driving on the bike. This guy was off the bike. The chick hopped off the bike, ran away, and then he swapped out, and then boom.
He got hit, and then he thought twice. He got
She
hit
did it
and
on
thought
purpose.
twice.
She set him up.
Yeah.
She
Two
totally set him
bikes.
up.
That's
She
what
knew
I
was gonna
thought
happen.
too. Mm-hmm.
Was
That's why
that
she
dude
got
in
out
the
of the
red
way.
hoodie? Was he on the second bike, or was he just walking in the street? I can't. Let me see when it restarts.
Let's
That's
run
a
that back.
nice bike, though.
Yeah, he's on the back of the bike in the front. You see him?
Wait.
Yeah, he hops off. It's two people or four people, two per bike. He hops off the bike in the front.
You might.
You see him? Right there. He's jumping off. And then he steals the bike from the people behind him.
Oh, he thought he was.
Well, yeah, he thought he was.
Whack,
Yeah.
hit him.
Bro.
Hit his ass.
You thought?
Dude, there were so many moving puzzle pieces in that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, let's all hop off, and then boom, I'm
Unless-
taking the bike behind me.
If she wasn't a part of it, she knew what was going on.
She ran away, dude.
Mm-hmm.
She
Whack.
immediately ran away.
He popped him, though. That's
Well,
what
you
he
know,
deserved.
in a lot of those countries, it's those types of robberies are very common on motorbikes and stuff. It's super common that people ride up on motorbikes and just rob you for something and get out of there.
He wasn't expecting that shit. What?
You know what? I'm
It was
thinking
at that point he knew.
Mm-hmm. He fucked up.
he probably knew that the passenger, this guy in the red hoodie who was riding on the back seat of this bike in front of him, was about to steal this bike from behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He probably told his girl who was riding behind her or riding behind him to just run away because, you know, he probably got some like under the hand intel that was just like, yeah, he's probably
Maybe
gonna
he just
come
read the
after you.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
You might
look at the way.
Situational awareness, man.
Look at the way he backs up. Yeah, no, he puts the kickstand down, he backs up, and it doesn't look like he see the dude's arm. Like the way his arm like flails out, like stiff. I don't know.
There's probably people ahead of him, man.
Do you think he knew that, or he was gonna let his friend borrow that bike?
You might.
Do you think they were like planning on letting him borrow the bike to go home or something?
I think they tried to rob him. That's what it says right
Yeah.
there.
Dang.
I don't know if he felt that hot shit, but he heard it.
Yeah.
He was like,
Entiendo. Intento robarle la moto. Dang, man. Yeah, it's a very interesting. I'd like to see like the police report for that or for this encounter.
that's in another country, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, got Google Translate. And then there was that video, and then I think I had one more. Yeah, just some stuff to lighten the mood.
I probably gotta hop off after this.
Okay.
Get some sleep.
What's cracking? I'm Jackson. Bonjour. It's Jackson doing this. I'm bouncing on this floor. What's going on? My name's Ron. If your weed smells metallic, it's probably laced with fentanyl.
What? If your weed smells metallic, it's probably laced with fentanyl. And this is the last one I'll play, the one you guys already saw, but for the viewers, I'll just play it real quick, and then we can part ways.
Pronouns are I, me, he, him, she, her, they, us. Sometimes I even use Shakespearean pronouns, which are thee, thou, thy, thyself, and ye. I'm transgender, non-binary, gender conforming, gender fluid, just to name a few. As you all know, the trans movement is the fastest growing movement out there, so I figured, why not get involved in the ground level and use it to my advantage? For instance, whenever I'm late for work, which happens a lot, I'm not gonna lie, I just self-identify as translate. Not translate like the language translate, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That's someone who's late but identifies as being on time.
I'm not gonna lie, it is a challenge having somebody like Ernie in the office, but due to diversity requirements, we have to have he, him, she, her, we, they.
Don't forget about us.
Sorry, and us in the office.
Yo, this video is so funny, yo. This.
Yep, but that was it. I think the funniest one was the translate.
Translate.
Yeah, man, that was such a funny video. But yeah,
It was.
But yeah, I have a couple other videos that we can look at. But yeah, man.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right, fam. Love y'all.
But yeah, man, we love you, bro.
God bless.
God bless you, man. Thanks for joining us this weekend.
Yes, sir.
You take care. And he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, you bye. And he's gone. Just like that, he's gone, dude. He just got out of here.
We're still recording.
Yeah, we're live. We are live, dude. Let's see, which one is this? Oh yeah, here's a funny one, man. You probably like this. Probably get a kick out of this one. Is this allowed?
Trump or Biden? Why? Because Trump. Why? I'm a Mexican. What does it have to do with not liking Trump? Because I don't want to go over the wall. So are you here legally or illegally? Legally. So then you have nothing to worry about. White people.
Oh, yeah. So you're allowed to say that now.
Mhm.
Like, that's great. White people don't like him. So Biden. Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of dumb response is that?
That's all needed nowadays.
Is what?
That's all that's needed nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, white people, dude. Dude, it's all white people's fault, man.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one, man. Here's a really good one. I think more people need to hear this kind of message. Check this out, man.
I'm a proud American. This does not affect people of color. By the way, we all have color. I have a color, you have a color. Stop this nonsense about Black American and Hispanic American. We're all Americans. When you live here, when you take the pledge that I did on March the 5th, 1998, I became an American, period.
Yes, sir.
We're all Americans. I'm tired of this victimhood nonsense that people come and parade before us. And they pull out the violin and everybody's got to be so sympathetic because of your tears.
Facts.
I did it the right way. I waited and I didn't gripe. I didn't burn the flag. I love America. God.
You think we're all bummers, don't you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? He did it the right way, man. Went through the port of entry, waited the time it took for him to become an American citizen. He did it, and now he represents a state or a district in a state as an elected official. Which just goes to show you, you all can do that. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, he's very successful. He makes, a lot of money. So it's ridiculous, man. Let me see. What else did I save? We watched the Kamala Harris quote. We watched that one, yeah. Let's see. Chris Brown. Good old Chris Brown. Bro, I had no idea that, like, when Chris Brown did that, let me see if you can run it, that video, like, he was still a teenager. Like, I was like, what? Is that for real? Like, he was literally a teenager when he did that video. Let's see. Stray Cat, best country in the world. Communism. Legacy. An alien encounters the woke. Let me see what this one is real quick before. Oh, yeah. This one's kind of funny. An alien encounters the woke.
How many genders are there? 172. It's hard to know, really. It's changing all the time. So, your species is evolving that rapidly. Remarkable. Perhaps while you are sitting here, you will grow additional limbs or develop the ability to breathe underwater. No, that's not what we meant. It's too bad. So, what are these genders, and how do they function? Function? I don't understand. Why, yes. On my planet, the female gender is the giver of life, raising and nurturing our young, preserving our civilization for eons to come, while the males mostly just mow our space lawns and make multiple trips to space Home Depot.
What you are talking about is sex. Gender is something different.
Exactly. People can identify with genders different than their natal sex, or with none at all. But why? It's just the way we feel.
No! It's the way we're born.
Well, of course, a lot of times they don't realize how they were born until someone tells them. Someone like a teacher, social media influencer. Oh, I understand. On this planet, there are people who are men, and people who are women, and people who are mentally ill.
Man. And that's basically, yeah. Men who believe they're men, women who believe they're women, and people who believe they're men, who are mentally ill. I don't see how you could see. I just don't get the way these kids are thinking, man. I don't think there's any people beyond the age of like 30 that think this kind of way that these kids are thinking about, how like you can identify any way you want, regardless if you're male or female. I don't know if there's anybody beyond that age that thinks that way. You know, it's like the people of the older generation that is just like, it's all BS if you think that, you know what I'm saying? Man, woman, the people who are raised on a solid foundation, you know, at least in a religious home or something like that. But when it comes to this nonsense that's being taught in public schools and state funded colleges, you know, telling you that, you know, you could wake up tomorrow and identify as a cheetah, and then, you know, by the time breakfast rolls around, you can identify as an Apache helicopter. And then by lunch, you can identify as a man, a woman, or an owl, or a dragon. Doesn't matter. And then you know, the world is expected to, you know, kowtow to your beliefs. You know what I mean? Based off of your, you know, shifting ideology or shifting way of thinking. It's so stupid, man. Like, we're going to replace millennia of solid biological facts. And I know it's something we talk about almost every week, but it just still blows my mind.
Mine too.
But yeah, whatever. Let's look at some gun stuff, man. Unless you're about to clock out.
Nah, I look at some gun stuff. We're
All right.
getting into two-way Brotherhood after dark.
After dark. Let's go. All right. Here we have 10 round mags slow shooters down significantly. This is the video you sent to WhatsApp. Let's take a look.
We're going to do a quick test if 10-round magazines actually slow things down when compared to 15-round magazines. I have 10 rounds loaded into 3 magazines, going to fire 30 rounds on the clock. Then we're going to start over again with 2 15-round magazines loaded for 30 rounds. We're going to do that on the clock and see what the time difference is.
So 3 10-round mags and 2 15. Okay. .14 seconds.
Now I have 2 15-round magazines loaded.
Wow.
With a stumble. We're going to do a quick test here.
He did stumble, but still 2 seconds is 2 seconds could be the difference between life and death. That's for sure. Yeah, 2 whole, well, I would say like 1.5, maybe 1 3/4. Like, that's a lot of time. And he was able to, he did stutter a little bit on the 15-round mags. I think that's just because the fact that you're using your trigger finger a little bit longer from 10 to 15. And, but yeah, I mean, either way, like we talked about many times before, it's like whatever you're most comfortable with and what you train the most with. So,
Josh,
yeah, are you done?
I'm probably about to go to sleep, okay?
All right, man. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
It's all good. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching. We are going to back out. But yeah, thank you so much. And hope you all have a great weekend. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Of course.
Okay, love you. Bye.
I love you, man.
All right, love you too, brother.
All right.
All right, take care.
Bye. You
Okay,
too.
bye. God bless. Bye.
Bye.
Love you, Wayne.
Once you get into that, you start getting into a situation, the slippery slope, where all of a sudden you're going to really violate the Second Amendment. I don't want to do anything to violate the Second Amendment. To me, the Second Amendment is very important.